Is test prep nerve-wracking? Is test prep stressful? Is test prep a race against time? Is getting an excellent score a huge challenge? If you are looking for answers to any or all these questions, a new wave in the test prep is here to help. Test Prep Pundits has all the answers to your questions. It is a one-stop solutions for all your academic needs. Our premium online interactive content has hundreds of SAT and ACT test problems. Each problem has a detailed video solution, hundreds of hours of videos. Get real and instant results with real scores on the real SAT and ACT tests. Our tutors are real pundits and qualified of the test prep content. Our pundits are experienced and extensively trained in SAT and ACT prep. We build concepts which also helps you in college. Our programs merely focus on personalized learning and fit into every budget. Our strategies are best in the market that will help you achieve your best. What's next? Join Test Prep Pundits. Start with a free assessment test. Pundits is the way to go.
ఎక్స్చేంజ్ 8,000 రూపాయల బ్యాలెన్స్ మ్యామ్.
ఇవ్వనక్కర్లేదమ్మా, 8,000 మీకే వస్తాయి.
ఎస్ మ్యామ్, మేము కేవలం హాల్మార్క్ 916 గోల్డ్ నే అమ్ముతాం. ఇంకా మీకు దొరికింది 100% ఎక్స్చేంజ్ వాల్యూ.
క్వాలిటీ, ఇది మలబార్ ప్రామిస్.
If you're thinking of buying jewelry now and don't want to step outside, relax. All you need to do, call us. On the day and time of your convenience, we will bring our collection to you. Welcome to the Malabar Gold and Diamonds Showroom online experience. Step into your world without stepping out. Now that's our promise. Malabar Gold and Diamonds.
Is test prep nerve-wracking? Is test prep stressful? Is test prep a race against time? Is getting an excellent score a huge challenge? If you are looking for answers to any or all these questions, a new wave in the test prep is here to help. Test Prep Pundits has all the answers to your questions. It is a one-stop solutions for all your academic needs. Our premium online interactive content has hundreds of SAT and ACT test problems. Each problem has a detailed video solution, hundreds of hours of videos. Get real and instant results with real scores on the real SAT and ACT tests. Our tutors are real pundits and qualified of the test prep content. Our pundits are experienced and extensively trained in SAT and ACT prep. We build concepts which also helps you in college. Our programs merely focus on personalized learning and fit into every budget. Our strategies are best in the market that will help you achieve your best. What's next? Join Test Prep Pundits. Start with a free assessment test. Pundits is the way to go.
ఇది మా హీరో అల్లుడు కోసం ఫిట్ గా ఉంటుంది.
పర్ఫెక్ట్ గా ఫిట్ అవుతుంది. ఇది మైండ్ డైమండ్, 100% క్వాలిటీ.
సార్, ప్రతి మైండ్ డైమండ్ న్యాచురల్. ఇంకా మేము 28 క్వాలిటీ టెస్ట్లు చేస్తాం.
28 టెస్ట్లా?
ప్రతి డైమండ్ జ్యువెలరీతో పాటు ఇంటర్నేషనల్ ల్యాబ్ సర్టిఫికేట్ కూడా.
కళ్ళు మూసుకుని మీ హీరో కోసం వజ్రాలను తీసుకోండి. ఇది మలబార్ ప్రామిస్.
టీవీఏజే ప్రేక్షకులందరికీ hello and welcome to the talk show with experts. మనతో ఉన్నారు మన expert రాహుల్ రెడ్డి గారు. రాహుల్ గారు, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thanks for inviting me.
Today's program has been sponsored by the Test Prep Pundits. They help you achieve the best for your kids on SAT and ACT tests, Sunday. Thank you so much for being our sponsor for the show today. Rahul Garu, thank you so much for being with us. We have another dhamakedar topic for this week as well. So, Vakil Sahab, Eagle Act has been introduced. So, what happens when the per country limit is removed on murder? We've seen this before in HR 1044 and S386. How is it different this time, and what should people do to take this discrimination off the table, based on the country of birth?
As far as the law is concerned, though, it's mirroring the previous two bills that has been there with the HR and also in the Senate 386 bill. It's definitely mirroring. Absolutely nothing has been changed in there.
Okay.
This definitely will take the discrimination off. Not to an extent that I would like, but I'm willing to compromise on it. It has a phased level of discrimination taken off in the next 9 years.
Okay.
At least we can see that, as you know, Nitya Garu, that when the number of applicants exceed the 140,000 green cards available, though, they will limit any country that is taking more than 7%, they will limit it. Thus, by we Indians are limited by the 7%. So out of 140,000, we get only approximately maybe 10,000. Then in those, we have dependents. That means spouse. Like for me, I got a green card as a spouse of the main applicant. I was not the main applicant.
Right.
So people like me also will get the green card too. So it's not 10,000. It's only 4,000+ green cards, or maybe 4,000 to 6,000 green cards is an average. We normally average it as about 2.5 times. Because it'll be spouse and kids. Some of the people don't have kids. Some of the people have kids born in United States. So it's almost like 4,000 to 5,000 green cards are available. That's bad when the other nationals don't have to wait, but we have to wait for a long period of time. And in some cases, it was estimated all the way it would have put 150 years. But fortunately or unfortunately, because of the COVID, though, that has changed. We got extra green cards of 120,000+ and more than 150,000 green cards are coming next year. So that's good. But still, we need to, COVID is, we do not expect COVID to stay forever. So we need to take this discrimination off. We have a good chance for this bill to pass. I see a lot of people commenting already saying that, oh, you have told this many times. It never happened. You're right. You're right. Joe Lofgren, the congressman who introduced this bill, has been trying from 2008. I've been observing about this kind of bill even before that time too. From the time in 2001 when they took off the 7% in an extent, but they bought it back. What they said was that at that point of time, as a compromise we gave up at the time, was that when there is no demand, they will give any waste over things will go to the Indians. Like, for example, if there's nobody else to eat in the buffet, they are not going to throw it away. They are going to give it to Indians. That law has been changed in 2001. But still what they said is that when the 140,000 gets filled out, they are going to limit the number of green cards to the country that is taking 7%. Last session, Congress session, though, it passed through a trumping majority in the Congress, in the House of Representatives. It's almost like 90% of the people voted in favor of the bill. When it went to Senate, though, it went enormous. All 100 people supported the bill. The only problem is that there was a small amendment that came in, and there was not enough time for the House to react, because by the time Trump is leaving, there was not enough time, and we have, their capital was raided and a lot of other things they were discussing at that point of time. There was not enough time to pass it in the House. So technically we lost it at that point of time. I do not want people to give it up. Yes, there are things. When women wanted their voting rights, it didn't happen overnight. They had to fight. They had to fight for it, and people supported it. And when discrimination has been taken off based on the race, I remember my boss used to say that whenever he has to get on the bus, he has to go at the back of the bus. We Indians have been discriminated like that too. because we're colored people. So they said, okay,
Right.
you have to go at the back of the bus. Yes, it's going to take time, guys. I mean, we can't just give it up. You have to keep fighting. And here is what the thing is that, yes, from 2008 onwards, every time they're hitting a goal against us. Yes, they've been hitting. They even hit a goal in 2020 also against us too. But if we hit one goal, that means if we win one time, we win forever.
Right.
The game ends there.
Correct.
All we need that is one goal that we need to hit it. And we have to keep trying it. Take it as a sportive thing. You have to keep trying it. I recommend all the people to contact the congressmen and senators to support this particular thing. It passed through unanimously in the Senate. It passed through with more than 90% of the vote in the House. So it has a good chance right now to pass. So please fight for it.
And Rahul Garu, this is a very unusual occurrence for both parties to be on board with something.
There are some deficiencies in the democracy of United States. There is nothing called perfect system in the world. If there is anything that is close to perfect, that is United States. I have studied the jurisprudence of other countries like South Africa, India, United States, England. Yes, there are some deficiencies. It's not a clear-cut system. We are not living in a dictatorial kind of thing where people can just do it like that. There are checks and balances, and because of the checks and balances, some things, good things also gets into the net, and it's very hard to get out of the net. Yes, because of that, we lost it last time. We had enough support. We still have enough support right now. We have a Senate leader right now, which is Kamala Harris. She supported that bill last time, so we have a good chance that it goes through Senate. Senate was a hurdle. House was never a hurdle. This bill or this kind of bill, there are many different versions of this bill, has passed through House at least 5 or 6 times that I remember.
Wow.
It was always the Senate that was a problem. It passed through Senate last time, but still wasn't a hurdle. So let's hope so. This time with the leader in there, Kamala Harris, she is going to do away with the discrimination.
I hope so too. On that note, Rahul Garu, we have a ton of people who are waiting to speak with you and get their queries answered on Mata. So without further ado, let's take our first caller only for the day. And while we're getting our first caller on, let's take a question also. This is from Raj Kumar. He says, what happens if the primary applicant dies after filing his 485? Can the derivatives live and continue their process? Will, so he wants to know, will my family get SSN benefits in case of my death? And what address should medicals be sent to for interfiling purpose? Okay.
Under the current law right now, if the principal applicant dies, the dependents are not going to get the green card. They have to leave the country, or they have to have the independent visa to stay in the United States. This bill that we have right now is called EAGLE bill. Protects your family if you die.
Okay.
The main applicant dies.
Okay.
Among other, this the EAGLE bill takes the discrimination off. We, instead of getting about 10,000 green cards, will be eligible to get up to, because there is a 30% and there is a 5,000, there is a lot of some certain other things that are going out. Right. We will be eligible to get approximately around 70 to 80,000 green cards. We will be eligible for those things coming. So that's about 7 to 8 times we'll be eligible for. Yes, it has a protection for that, is that if the main applicant dies, the rest of the people. But under the current law right now, if the main applicant dies, they're gone.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Rahul Garu. Let's take our caller, Randy. All right. Caller from area code 786. We're ready for you now. Caller from area code 786. We're ready for you. Hello. Caller from area code 786, Randy. We're ready for you. All right, Rahul Garu, while we're waiting on this person, let's take another question, Randy. This is from SR. Says we have filed for 485 in October of 2020. EB3, Jan 2012 is a priority date. Straight application, biometrics done, EAD and advance parole not received yet. H1B is valid until November 2nd, 2021. Should we file for the H1B renewal now, or should we wait?
I would wait. There's no hurry to do it. I would wait until October or maybe even until November. I will wait until October. No hurry to file H-1B extension right now.
Awesome. Thank you. All right.
Your EAD will be coming in, hopefully, so your green card will be coming in too.
Yeah.
But if none of those things come in, then you can file the extension. I would not waste my money if I were you on H-1B.
All right. Thank you, Rahul Garu. Let's go to our caller, Randy. Caller from area code 786. We're ready for you now. Please press *6 Sunday to unmute your line. *6 to unmute your line. All right. I think while we're waiting on this person, let's take another question. And this is from Santosha. Says, can you please let us know if medical and biometric is not done on many 485 applications? Can USCIS utilize this year green card numbers on those applications? Is USCIS having any plan to handle this?
At this point of time, we don't have the information if they would use the previous biometrics or not. We are getting conflicting information from USCIS though. There is a chance they may use the previous biometrics and they can give you the green card application. Also, back in old era though, at the time of Bush era though, what they did is that they gave the green card even if the biometrics were not cleared. Okay. And they issued the biometrics afterwards, and they said if there is any criminal record, they're going to take the green card off. They could do that too. Okay. At the end, they could do that too if they're not filling. With regards to the medicals, I don't know if they would do it. My suggestion to them is that you can submit the medicals right now, even if there is no RFE. Now, there is a lot of controversy. I don't want to keep on hearing from you guys that, okay, my lawyer told, don't. That's up to you guys to decide. I'm not telling your lawyer is wrong. This is my opinion that you could submit the biometrics. What your lawyers are concerned about is that if by any chance the medicals don't go to the file, they will issue an RFE. You will have to spend extra money to get the medical report again, duplicate, and they will have to do the TB and AIDS test, which may cost you approximately about $100+. They are concerned about your money though. On the contrary, I am not concerned about your $400, $500. Believe me, I am not. I was an immigrant and I don't care about $400, $500. If I'm getting blocked, I want to just get it as soon as possible. And I want to be blocked for that reason. So I'm not concerned about $400, $500 of yours.
Right. All right. Thank you, Andy. Let's take our caller. Caller from area code 405. We're ready for you now.
Yeah. Hi, Nitya Garu and Rahul Garu. Thanks for taking my call, Andy.
Hello, sir.
Able to hear me?
Yes, we are. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you, Andy. So, Rahul Garu, on last year in July, we applied for a B2 extension for my parents, Andy. That is requesting from September 2020 to March 2020 for 6 months. In the last week of February 2021, we got a biometrics, Andy. Then they have appeared for biometrics. And they left the country on March 1st week to 2021 before the 6 months extension. Okay.
Okay.
Now we got a letter this week saying that they need to reappear for biometrics. They can't process it. If they can't able to reappear, the petitioner is going to abandon or deny it. So what is your recommendation in this case?
Send them a withdrawal. Send them a withdrawal saying that they left the country, they couldn't attend it, and withdraw the B2 application. It's okay. You can document all these things. When they are trying to come back next time at a later date, you can document that. Hey, I left the country. If ever the denial or withdrawal happened, that happened after we left the country. So until we left the country, we had the extension pending. So that is considered to be a period of authorized stay. My advice is to withdraw it. Why withdraw it? Why can't you let it deny? Well, I don't want something officially there, B2 getting denied unnecessarily, even though it's not a negative thing. I just want to avoid that. So withdraw the application, sir.
So withdraw means a quick question, Andy. So should I send, because this came from Nebraska Service Center, so should I send them back or how do I
send them I-5? Two things. Send them the biometrics, withdraw it by this letter. We are withdrawing the I-539 application. Send them also on the I-539, whichever address receipt number that you have. send a withdrawal notice to them too. The withdrawal notice has to be signed by the person who filed the I-539, not by you. But they do accept scanned when they sign and scan and email it. You can print it and send it from here though.
Okay, so should I send to the same USCIS lockbox?
That's right.
Or for the Nebraska?
Yeah, send it to the same lockbox. You're good.
Because when they left the country, by default, they are withdrawn, right, Andy? When they left the country, by default, it is withdrawn, right?
Not. If it's an extension, it's not withdrawn by default. If it's a change of transfer to a different application, it's been withdrawn.
You got it. Thanks for the suggestions, Andy. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Right, sir. Thank you so much for calling. Let's take our next caller, Andy. And in the meantime, we have a question. This is from Babul Sahu. He says, my EB2 priority date is September of 2015. In your opinion, should I downgrade now or wait till the October visa bulletin?
If I were the person though, I would downgrade it and keep it ready. Then you will have a ticket to go on a horse, you will have a ticket to go on a camel. So when the time comes in, you can choose whether you want to go. If the camel, you don't have to hurry up and buy the ticket at that point of time. You're buying the ticket in advance. That's all it is. It's just like the way when you go to the movies. You know, if it's a rush movie, you know, you like to buy a ticket in advance though. You could buy it. The tickets are available for you. They're reserved for you. But I still would like to get the ticket before itself. That's my opinion. But one thing, if your employer says, no, don't argue with him. Go with whatever the employer says. As long as your employer is willing to, I'm going to do it right now if I were you. If he wants to do it in October, that's fine too. I would prefer doing it right now.
All right. Thank you, Rahul Garu. Let's take our next caller, Randy. Caller from area code 786. We're ready for you now.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, ma'am.
Hi, sir.
Can you?
Yeah, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Okay. Sir, Rahul sir, I have a quick question. Like my priority date is Jan 2013. Last year I was not able to do it because I changed the employer. Now my labor got approved and I'm about to file my 140. Is it better to go with EB2 or EB3? I'm going with the premium processing. I'm planning to go with the premium processing.
Previously, I used to tell people to give it coin to the spouse and let her toss and let her know. I am I am now leaning. I'm now leaning though. I'm not going to answer your question though. I'm not going to tell you what to do.
Okay.
If I were me, I would do EB. I would do EB3.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Even exactly. I'm planning to do that. So once
and then
it
doesn't mean that your EB2 is closed. Option is closed.
Yeah. So I mean, what I'm thinking is like first let me try with EB3 as a premium processing, and then once I get it, let me do EB2 also. But my lawyer is saying like second case I cannot go for a premium EB2. One of them has to be premium and the other one has to be normal.
I agree with him. The first one can be premium. The second one, we do not recommend filing in premium. We do recommend converting it to premium though.
Okay, yeah. That I can do once I get my priority date, right? Or is it better to do once I get
either way, it's fine. I mean, just because if your I-140 for EB2 is pending, just in case your EB2 moves forward, can you still file the 485 application with the pending I-140 EB2? The answer is yes, you can.
Okay. Good. All right, sir. And one last, I don't have a birth certificate, so can I get that from my relatives, or is it has to be from parents? I mean, not me, my wife.
I will put a link out there as soon as this program is over on the YouTube. I want you to watch the link, and the article reads like this. I do not have birth certificate. That is exactly what the article reads. It has the, I want you to get a non-availability certificate. A sample of it is provided at that link, will be provided at that link. And it has also samples of the affidavits. You need to get these two things. If you cannot get the non-availability certificate, you can still file a 485 application, but you need to get the affidavits. Prepare them, make them ready. Don't scramble in September.
Okay. So the affidavit has to be signed with the parents, or it can be any
family friends. I'll give you all the draft, all the information, the link to you. Okay?
Okay. Okay. Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling in. Let's take our next caller, Andy. And in the meantime, we have a question. This is from Venkat. He says, are spilled over visas also subject to country cap?
Yeah, when he's meaning is that if the family spillovers that are coming into it, they are subject to the 7% country cap. That is right. However, though, there are not many applicants there available for any other country people. So we have 140,000 and we have the extra 130,000 green cards, or 130,000 green cards that came out. There is nobody else there waiting for it. That's the reason most of it will come to Indians. Though there is a 7% limit, what they said is that if there is nobody who's using it, that will be given to it. It's just like this. There are 270 seats in the 270 buffet positions where we can eat the buffet. Out of those, when we go and stand in line, oh, more than 7% of Indians are coming, you wait. They will watch to see if nobody else is coming. At the end, what they do is that, hey, Indians, come over, you eat the whole buffet. So that's the reason we get we get most, if not all, the excess things that are coming out from the family immigration.
Thank you, Rahul. That was a good visual in my head, people eating the buffet line.
Yeah, the leftovers is what is given to us.
But yeah, in this case, we'll take it. We're not going to leave an ounce of it.
Absolutely, we'll take it.
All right, let's go to our caller, Andy. Caller from area code 973. We're ready for you now. Caller from area code 973. Please press *6, Andy, to unmute your line. *6 to unmute your line. All right, while we're waiting then, let's see if we can take another question. This is from V. Water. Says, sir, can I work on both H1 and 485 EAD for a different employer? This seems to be a gray area. Would love your thoughts.
Once you use the EAD, you are considered to have used the EAD, though. You're not on H1B. So if you want to maintain the H1B, you can file a concurrently filed H1B application. You don't have to use the EAD to do that. But if you have your I-140 approval, I would be using the EAD. That's not a problem.
Right. All right. Thank you, Rahul. Let's take our caller, Andy. Caller from area code 973. We're ready for you now.
Ma'am, are you able to hear me?
Are you able to hear me? To hear you, sir. Yeah, please go ahead.
Thanks, ma'am. Thanks for taking the call. Hello, sir. My name is Naresh.
Yes, Naresh.
Actually, my 140 has been approved, and EB2, prior date is 2018, August 2018. After that, once 140 is approved, my company has been merged with some other company. So my payroll is with a new company now. So what is the process I need to follow to get back my 140 from the company A to company B?
You have to.
I want to downgrade it as well.
Right. Unlike other people where we said that you should file an I-140 as a new application, not as an amendment. In your case, since your company has changed, though, you have to file an amendment, though. And the new company technically should be a successor of interest. That's a technical word. That means that they are taking the responsibilities and duties of assets and liabilities of the I-140 application that you have. So you need to contact your company if your next company, the company B that you got the payroll, does meet the requirement of the successor of interest. If it does meet the requirement of successor of interest, you can file the amendment. I would suggest that you file an amendment right now. Don't wait. Then comes the question, if it doesn't meet the successor of interest, you will have to file entire labor certification again.
Oh, okay. I need to start from starting, right, again?
Right. That's the reason it's important for you to contact your company's HR and the lawyer to see if the company meets the successor of interest. The lawyer definitely knows this word for sure. So this is the right time for you to approach, not in September.
Okay. So they said they can do it, but maybe I'll check this terminology again, like, the successor and everything.
They do it right now. Don't wait until September.
Right. So one more thing, sir, like, if at all they meet the successor criteria, can I do the single application for downgrading and everything? Or like I need to go with a different application?
One application for amendment and downgrade is the same application. You don't do anything else.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you for calling, sir.
Thanks, ma'am. Yeah.
Okay, let's take our next caller, Andy, and we have a question. This is from Trena Krishnan. Says, hello Rahul Garu, my I-140 is approved and 485 crossed 180 days, but no green card and EAD yet. Can I change my job using H-1B transfer and 485J supplement filing together?
Absolutely. Yes, you can. No problem with it. You have to file, you got it. You got it very good. I-140 approved, 485, 180 days. You are filing the 485J supplement and you're filing the H-1B because you don't have an EAD. Absolutely, you're doing perfect. That's a perfect planning. Go for it.
All right. Thank you, Rahul Garu. Let's take our caller, Andy. Caller from area code 212. We're ready for you now. Caller from area code 212. We're ready for you now. Hello?
Hello, Mr. Garu, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now, sir. Please go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I have two questions. One is, my sister got an I-20 for one college. She's applying this time for the colleges. So she got admit in one college. She's waiting on the other college admits. So if she goes for visa interview with the existing I-20 and later if she gets I-20 from a different university, can she use this F1 visa to join another college?
No. When she comes into the university, she will have to use the civil system of the one which got the visa. She has to attend at least one semester before she moves to the other university, and then she has to transfer the civil system at that point of time.
Oh, okay. So it is advisable for her to then wait and get whatever she needs and join that particular college. Okay.
That is
and another thing is, okay, thank you, sir. And do you know like about the service system? Like they need to pay some $360. Like, is it per college or is it like at what stage she has to pay that money? And like in future, if she changes college, does she have to pay again?
If I'm not mistaken, to issue an I-20, the I-20 will have to have a service number. For that, she has to pay. So if she's getting admission into a couple of different universities and she wants the I-20s from different universities, so then she has to pay for each university.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thanks for the clarification.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for calling.
So once you get an admission, though, you can wait until, for them to issue an I-20 to see if instead of waiting the $300+, you can try to wait for the other universities. And once the other universities comes in, you don't have to pay all for each and every university that you got admission to.
Okay. Sure, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
So thank you so much for calling. Let's take our next caller, Andy. And in the meantime, we have a question. This is from Rajan Reddy. He says, I filed an adjustment of status petition and moved to a new job after 180 days. Sorry, Andy. Thank you so much for calling.
Nitya Garu, can you stop smoking, Andy?
Unfortunately not, Andy. It's a very bad habit that I have.
Yeah.
Is test prep nerve-wracking? Is test prep stressful? Is test prep a race against time? Is getting an excellent score a huge challenge? If you are looking for answers to any or all these questions, a new wave in the test prep is here to help. Test Prep Pundits has all the answers to your questions. It is a one-stop solutions for all your academic needs. Our premium online interactive content has hundreds of SAT and ACT test problems. Each problem has a detailed video solution, hundreds of hours of videos. Get real and instant results with real scores on the real SAT and ACT tests. Our tutors are real pundits and qualified in the test prep content. Our pundits are experienced and extensively trained in SAT and ACT prep. We build concepts which also helps you in college. Our programs merely focus on personalized learning and fit into every budget. Our Our strategies are best in the market that will help you achieve your best. What's next? Join Test Prep Pundits. Start with a free assessment test. Pundits is the way to go.
ఎక్స్చేంజ్ 8,000 రూపాయల బ్యాలెన్స్ మ్యామ్.
ఇవ్వనక్కర్లేదమ్మా, 8,000 మీకే వస్తాయి.
ఎస్ మ్యామ్, మేము కేవలం హాల్మార్క్ 916 గోల్డ్నే అమ్ముతాం. ఇంకా మీకు దొరికింది 100% ఎక్స్చేంజ్ వాల్యూ.
క్వాలిటీ, ఇది మలబార్ ప్రామిస్.
If you're thinking of buying jewelry now and don't want to step outside, relax. All you need to do, call us. On the day and time of your convenience, we will bring our collection to you. Welcome to the Malabar Gold and Diamonds Showroom online experience. Step into your world without stepping out. Now that's our promise. Malabar Gold and Diamonds.
Is test prep nerve-wracking? Is test prep stressful? Is test prep a race against time? Is getting an excellent score a huge challenge? If you are looking for answers to any or all these questions, a new wave in the test prep is here to help. Test Prep Pundits has all the answers to your questions. It is a one-stop solutions for all your academic needs. Our premium online interactive content has hundreds of SAT and ACT test problems. Each problem has a detailed video solution, hundreds of hours of videos. Get real and instant results with real scores on the real SAT and ACT tests. Our tutors are real pundits and qualified in the test prep content. Our pundits are experienced and extensively trained in SAT and ACT prep. We build concepts which also helps you in college. Our programs merely focus on personalized learning and fit into every budget. Our strategies are best in the market that will help you achieve your best. What's next? Join Test Prep Pundits. Start with a free assessment test. Pundits is the way to go.
ఇది మా హీరో అల్లుడు కోసం ఫిట్ గా ఉంటుంది.
పర్ఫెక్ట్ గా ఫిట్ అవుతుంది. ఇది మైండ్ డైమండ్, 100% క్వాలిటీ.
సార్, ప్రతి మైండ్ డైమండ్ న్యాచురల్. ఇంకా మేము 28 క్వాలిటీ టెస్ట్లు చేస్తాం.
28 టెస్ట్లా?
ప్రతి డైమండ్ జ్యువెలరీతో పాటు ఇంటర్నేషనల్ ల్యాబ్ సర్టిఫికేట్ కూడా.
కళ్ళు మూసుకుని మీ హీరో కోసం వజ్రాలను తీసుకోండి. ఇది మలబార్ ప్రామిస్.
Folks, welcome back. After a short break, I really apologize for the coughing spell and mata. Mana vakil sahab vachi edo sudden ga you need to stop your smoking ante naaku inka shock ayipoyi nenu inka cough chesesi, so we had to take a break and mata. Rahul garu, don't do jokes like that when I'm in the middle of a coughing spree, Andy. That is like very, very life endangering and mata. But so Rahul garu, let's get back to our question, Andy. We have a question from Rajan Reddy. He said he filed for his adjustment of status petition and moved to a new job after 180 days. Our attorney sent 485J to Phoenix Law Box, but my current 485 petition is being processed in the Nebraska Service Center. Would this be an issue? I live in California.
No, they're fine. They know what they're doing. You're fine. Once you've sent it, you're good.
Okay.
I don't see any problem in it.
Okay, awesome. Thanks, Andy. All right, let's go to our next caller. Caller from area code 608. We're ready for you now, sir. Please press *600 to unmute your line.
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Okay, Namaste Nitya Garu and Namaste last name Rahul Garu. This is first name Rahul. And he would understand why I said this.
I know.
We do.
My question is like a follow-up that I had a few weeks back. I was talking about people, one of them being myself, with biometrics getting delayed with absolutely no news on EADs and APs. Is there anything that can be done? Looking at everything, there is probably, the state people, the Department of State people.
There are a lot of people who got the EAD, not a lot of people, good number of people who got the EAD advanced parole without biometrics. At this point of time, there is no mechanism that we have to force the USCIS to take our biometrics.
Okay. Because at the end of the day, Department of State people keep saying that USCIS will actually process all of the available FY21 numbers.
I know.
It probably doesn't seem like it. And
I know.
I go back to your opening statement of keep fighting and don't give up. So is there anything under the sun that can be done if the visa numbers are going down the drain?
If we want to go to the court, here is a problem though. There is something called not ripe yet. That means that, hey, we haven't yet been damaged. Year ending is October. And there is something called moot. That means the damage is already done. The court can do something, nothing. So it's kind of, we're in between these things though. So it's going to be tough for us right now to fight on that when they have never, ever wasted a good number of green cards though. 5% wastage of the green cards, typically it happens. Sometimes they give more green cards than 140,000 though. So 5% wastage is typical though. But right now, there is nothing we can do. We have to wait. We have been hearing stories, which I have not yet confirmed it, that they are going to take the biometrics then when you entered into the United States and also when you got the passport stamping though. I don't know to what part that is true. If that is true, we'll be in a good shape. Now, when people are chatting with Emma is telling that, oh, we're going to take the biometrics. We have taken the biometrics of when you entered into the United States. If that is true, then we will be in a good shape to adjudicate, they will be in a good shape to adjudicate the 260,000 green cards.
Okay, because Emma told me the same thing about my 765 and 131 about 2 months back, that some biometrics were applied. But today, till today, I don't have anything basically.
Yeah, there are a lot of people whose biometrics were being accepted in that way. 765s and I-131s have been approved. But at this point of time, we can do nothing right now.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. All right, let's go ahead and take our next caller, Andy. And in the meantime, we have a question. Rahul Garu, this is from Venkat Pupala. He says he's on EB3 in November 2013, I guess his priority date. He says wife is in India, 485 is yet to submit. H4 stamping was scheduled for August. Says, if my green card is approved before she comes to USA, what will happen to her GC? Does she have to file under the family GC? Can she apply from India as my dependent?
First is she cannot enter into the United States if you get the green card. Because, did you say 485 has been filed?
No, yet to submit is what he said.
Yet to submit. So if he gets a green card, she cannot enter on H4.
Right.
Then he has to file a family-based green card application, which may take up to 2 years for her to enter into the United States.
Right.
Because she is coming on H4, she cannot come. So 2 to 2.5 years it takes. It may be worth for you. If possible, what I would do is that file the 485 application though. Assuming they're not taking the biometrics that you have taken before, don't go for biometrics. Your 485 will be denied. And then you can refile again. That's one solution that you have. Or you can wait until she comes in. That's another solution that you have. You file the 485. You maintain the H1B until she comes in. That's another solution that you have. Because if you maintain the H1B, she can come on H4. But to avoid getting the green card, don't go for biometrics. But remember that the previous caller, I was debating that they may use the old biometrics. As of now, Nitya Garu, I have no confirmation from at least one person whose biometric was not taken and they got the green card though. Though Emma has been telling that they got their EAD in advance parole, not a single person has confirmed. You know, some of our shows are watched by about 40, 50,000 people. If anybody would, please put a note in there, let us know that we'll come to know that we will disseminate the information to other people. So since the green cards are not getting at this point of time without biometrics, you file the 485, and if your wife is still not there, don't go for biometrics. If you go by biometrics, you have a danger, you'll get a green card.
Right. One of the few situations where getting a green card is dangerous.
Yeah.
While we are all waiting for it. All right, thank you, Rahul Garu. Let's take our caller, Randy. Caller from area code 678. We're ready for you now. Please press *6 to unmute your line. Hello?
Yeah. Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yes. So please go ahead.
Yeah. So thank you, Nitya, and thank you, Rahul Garu. I have a question అండి. Like ఫిబ్రవరిలో H1 extension apply చేసాం with your premium process and approved. But my wife H4 and H4 is still pending. H4 biometric done on May 4th. After that, no update. So my question is here, my wife has the own business and that with a partner, like a saloon business. So we are applying K11 form for tax filing. So నా క్వశ్చన్ వచ్చేసి ఏంటంటే ఇప్పుడు మనకు పెండింగ్ లో ఉంది కదండి H4 and H4 EAD. సో దా బిజినెస్ లో వచ్చే ప్రాఫిట్ కానీ ఇది కానీ మనం ఇప్పుడు చెక్స్ తీసుకోవచ్చా? ఒకవేళ ఇన్ కేస్ ఇఫ్ ఐ నాట్ టేక్ ద చెక్స్ దెన్ హౌ కెన్ వి proceed that one?
There are two things. One is K1 and one is checks. I definitely would not want her to work if the EAD is not approved. As far as taking the profits from a business and a K1 being an owner of the company, I don't see that as a problem. But taking a paycheck by working there is not allowed. She cannot work there, she can take the profits.
Oh, okay. So, I mean, generally we are applying the K11 form actually. So that is a, yeah.
That's fine. K1 I call, but I don't know where K11 comes in, but maybe I'm mistaken there. I'm not an accountant though.
Oh, so if I take the K11 form,
K1.
So can we take that checks, right? Yeah. K1.
Yeah. I don't see a problem with that.
Okay. Thank you, and thank you very much. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling. All right, let's take our next caller. In the meantime, we have a question. This is from JMR. Says, I think priority date is Jan 2016. I-140 approved. Becoming current for dates of filing in October 21. If not 485. Okay, this question kind of.
Let me go to the next question.
Okay, let's see. We'll pick another question. Sorry, Andy, JMR, can you just please provide us with a little more information on your question? And in the meantime, we have a question. This is from Naresh Babu. Says, if all unused family visas are flipping into the EB visas, so we have EB1, 2, and 3. He says, even though EB1 is current, why only EB3 is advancing more rapidly?
Because the demand in EB2 is more heavier according to them though. And they already moved the filing dates of the EB3 well in advance in October. You need to understand that when we look into the stats of EB2 and EB3, the amount of people, Indian national, that file for EB2 is about 92 to 95%. When it comes to the EB3, it is between 5 to 7% of the people file in EB3. That's one of the reasons why the priority dates have been more advanced in EB3 than that of the EB2. Going forward, Nitya, what will happen is that it will be sometimes EB2 will go forward, sometimes EB3 will go forward. Even though in the first cluster of the people though, we do see that EB3 is moving forward. People now realize, oh, it's not that smart to go into EB2. Somehow we thought that EB2 was good, it's not. They will realize that. And then what happens is that a lot of people will move to EB3. You have seen that people who are calling they want to file an EB3 well in advance.
Right.
There'll be a lot of people who will be trying to file an EB3 going forward, because I said 92% of the people are filing an EB2, only 7% are filing an EB3. This is the stats from our office. So what will happen is there's less demand in EB3. So a lot of EB2-3 people came into this one. Now that the demand will grow more, then they will come to this one. Then they will come to, it'll be very similar to Los Angeles highways. You go in this line, you stay in that, and as soon as I might move into a different line, guess what? My line stops and the other line moves. So we will see a lot of the shiftings of the EB2 and EB3.
Right.
And if you want to go back though, I want you to watch very closely the Chinese nationals, EB2 and EB3 from past 7-8 years. You can see that sometimes EB2 moves forward, sometimes EB3 moves forward, sometimes EB2. So we are used to downgrading with Chinese nationals though. Although it was new for us to do only in September, in 2020, we started using downgrading for the Indian nationals. We started using the downgrading from 2007-8 onwards. We started using for Chinese nationals. And we never know which one will go forward. Right. So yeah, it is right now going forward, but can we say that EB3 is going to go forward ever? We don't know yet.
We don't know,
yeah. But one thing is that if you file a labor certification under EB2, you can use the same one to file for EB2 or EB3. But if you file the labor certification in EB3, you cannot file an I-140 in EB2. You will have to file the labor certification again to file an EB2.
Interesting. So many different permutations, combinations. It's amazing that you can keep it all straight in your head. All right, on that note, thank you, Rahul Garu. Let's go to our caller, Andy. Caller from area code 832. We're ready for you now. Caller from area code 832. So *6, Andy, to unmute your line. *6 to unmute your line. All right, while we're waiting on this caller, let's take another question, Andy. This is from, hello?
Hello, Andy. Can you hear me?
Hi, ma'am. Yes, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Hello, Rahul Garu. Hello, Nitya Garu. I have a question regarding the birth certificate. Actually, for my husband, there is no birth certificate available. So we took affidavit from our in-laws. Last year, we submitted downgrade in the month of October. Now, my question is, along with the affidavit, does it require to provide non-availability certificate as well?
It may or may not require for you to apply, because you already applied for it. I do not want you to submit any more documents unless the RFE comes in. But I want you to be prepared for the RFE. Try to get the non-availability certificate where he is born, whether it's a Gram Panchayat, Mandal, municipality or district or municipal corporation. Get a non-availability certificate. Mostly Andhra Pradesh and Telangana are very good in issuing this non-availability certificate. I do have a problem in Karnataka too. I do have a problem with Tamil Nadu and Kerala on these things. But if, I will put you a link after this conversation is over. At the bottom though, it has the non-availability certificate draft of it. Even if you don't get the non-availability certificate, there are alternative documents: Aadhaar card, ration card, election card, school documents, hospital records. If you can get all those things, I would like to get it, and don't submit to the USCIS. Just keep it with you, and you can submit it when the RFE comes in. I'll put the link at the bottom of. I'll put the link in the chat after the meeting is over. Okay.
Okay, sure. So since we are not in India right now, would it be possible to get from municipality office? Because my husband is here in Europe.
I mean, you have a lot of cousins and brothers and sisters there. I know that. If not, just hire a lawyer there. The lawyer will get it for you.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. So we will make it ready. Anyways, we applied downgrade last year, and our priority date is 2014.
Yeah, make it ready.
Nice.
Don't submit it to them. Thank you then.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for calling, Anil. Let's take our next caller. And in the meantime, we have a question. This is from Kiran K. It says, my Priority date is October of 2014 in EB3. We filed the adjustment of status in October 2020. My husband added as a derivative. My husband's priority date is June 12 in EB2. What will be the process if my husband's EB2 becomes current?
Well, you don't have to file one, assuming that you haven't used the EAD and advance parole though. You can file one more 485 application on your husband's behalf. I personally will not do it because I don't need it. You got EB3 is approved for you. Everything is good for you. Why apply one more? I would not do that, but some of the people will try to do it, having both 485, one with them, whichever goes forward, they can go forward. So they have an option of doing it, but I wouldn't do it. I would wait in one line.
Wait in one line. All right. Thank you, Rahul Garu. And let's take our caller, Andy. Caller from area code 480. We're ready for you now. Caller from area code 480, Andy. We're ready for you.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Rahul Garu and Nitya Garu, how are you?
Good. Thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you.
All
I have
right.
a very quick and short question. So my priority date is December 2013 in EB2, and my present employer is actually not willing to downgrade, even though I have actually tried with them multiple times. So it seems like the waiting is the only option for me. So I just wanted to know what is the likelihood, or how do you think that my chances are to get dates becoming current in FY 2022? So if you can suggest, or if you can give some insights, because I'm actually also trying. I have been trying to move jobs to another company, but then I think probably now seeing your forums and various other blogs, I think it would be a good idea to wait. So I just wanted to know your thoughts on that.
First is I want to appreciate your decision of not moving, and thanks for quoting us for that. Yes, it will take a long time for you to get a labor and I-140 under EB3 EB3 if you go to a new company. It's probably a good decision. And now, there are a lot of people who are predicting that it's going to be current, it's not going to be current. I would say, there are people with parrots who are predicting the priority dates too. And I'm no better than that. Don't laugh at me, Nitya Garu. I'm no better than that.
Why you're making talk on it.
Yes, there are a lot of people who are predicting. There are a lot of people who are predicting the priority dates. I am expecting that you should be able to file in 485 in EB2 also in October. In the meantime, though, I would redouble my effort with the existing company, to do the downgrade. And we have been contacted by some people when people mustered together with other people. We explained to the company, hey, look, you have to file a H-1B for you. You can get rid of this guy's H-1B though. Why are we filing all this? This is too much expenditure for you. They have to file H4, they have to file EAD. Every time they go outside the country, they have to get the stamping. If they don't get the stamping, they're not coming into the country. You lose an employee. Why all these things? And I don't know who told that EB2 and EB3 cannot be done. They're done, and a lot of people said, and there are some lawyers said, no, we can't do it. We have proven that. It's been proven. It's like Microsoft does it, Apple does it, Google does it, Intel does it.
Yeah.
What's your problem?
I have my in-laws. Yeah. So you bet. I mean, I tried twice.
But anyway, right now, beggars can't be choosers. And you are a beggar right now. So you just cannot do anything. Just sit right there. You can make a choice, informed decision in October. Okay.
Right. I mean, I'm just hoping that at least I'll be able to, file my date of filing.
Well,
become correct, so that at least
that's all you can do. That's all you can do right now. Right now, changing to a different company. If I were you, I would not change to a different company.
Right.
Okay.
I understand. All right. Thank you so much.
Sir. Thank you so much for calling. Let's take our next caller, Indy.
Sure.
Rahul Garu, I think for our next episode onwards, I'm going to bring a parrot also and a deck of cards, with prediction dates and Mata. We'll put a few in there, and then we're going to do this every segment. So I'm going to ask our show's director to make sure we have one parrot for next week, Kiran Garu. All right. Let's take our caller. Caller from area code 405. Andy, we're ready for you.
Hello.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, sir. Please go ahead.
Okay. Hi, Nitya Garu. So the question I have is, I have a cousin who is like just 17, and he got admission for undergrad, but he needs to come to the US, and like can his parents accompany him now? I mean, they have visitors visa.
They have visiting visa. Yeah, absolutely. They can accompany. Why not? However, there is a rule that they have to quarantine for 14 days.
Okay, so they have to quarantine in a foreign country, but they cannot directly come because there's a waiver for students, right? Like F1 students can directly
only waivers, but not for the parents of the student.
Okay, and do you expect, like, because we have this, I don't know if you're aware, but the World Health Organization has recognized Covishield as, one of the vaccines. So do you think having a vaccine will make it any easier for them to come, or you don't think?
No, at this point of time, the UNO doesn't control United States. WHO doesn't control United States. According to the executive order, it's not there that if you have a vaccine that you can come into the United States. That's not an exception available in the travel ban.
Okay. Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank
you, sir. Thank you so much for calling. Rahul, this kind of brings up an interesting point, and like for my father, based on his medical history, the doctors have refused to give him a vaccine. How do you think it's going to impact, travel from now on, irrespective of whether there's a travel ban or not? For such people, what do you think is going to happen? Because I'm sure there's other people.
Right now, the travel ban doesn't exempt people with the vaccines. It doesn't exempt them. And when it does exempt people who have vaccines, they do give exceptions. Especially US laws, they do give exceptions. If you get a doctor's certificate, they do give exceptions to those things.
Okay. Thank you, Andy. All right. Before we take our next caller, we have a question. Sorry.
Before we go, Andy, I want to point out to the priority dates, though. The priority dates, people, what they need to do is that predicting priority dates, there are a lot of people who are predicting, some people predict correctly, some people predict wrong. I want you guys to prepare for it. If you have an EB2 approval, maybe you need to file an EB3. Have 2 tickets ready. If you are trying to move out of the company, this is not the right time to move out of the company, though. Stick with the company. Don't move out of the company to get it. And people have gone wrong in predicting. We, on this show, predicted about 2012 or 2013 as a priority date. Guess what? We went wrong by about 3.5 years sometimes. So yes, it could happen again. Could the priority date move forward? Yes, it could move forward. I want you guys to be prepared. Prepare for the I-140. Prepare the birth certificates. Make everything ready. If your lawyer is ready, prepare your 485 application. Make it ready. It's worth for you to do all these things. What happened, Nitya Garu, is that the batches that came, especially after 2015, they started using more like we are never going to get the green card. They have listened to some of the people, including us, who predicted that it's going to be 100 plus years to get the green card. They were not in the mood at all to get the green card. They don't know what a green card is. They were only thinking to extend the H-1B. So all of a sudden we have this COVID, and then the green card is there, and they're not prepared. They're not like understanding, okay, stick with the company, do the EB3 downgrade. And you have to sacrifice some things to stick with the company. If you're getting, and there are people who are calling us, they're making consultations with us, listening to this show, and then they're spending $400 or $500 for half an hour consultation, asking one simple question. I got $100,000 more offer. Can I move? My priority date is February of 2015. No, it is not right. You give me $500, I won't tell a different story than what I'm telling you here. So be prepared for the 485 application, guys. That's my advice.
Add it to the Rahul Mansion fund, and that's what I would do. Let's take our next caller, Andy. Caller from area code 513. We're ready for you now. Please press *6, Andy, to unmute your line.
Hello, can you hear me?
So we can hear you, but there seems to be a lot of disturbance on your phone line, Andy.
Okay.
Hello?
Is it better now?
Would you mind calling back? We'll ping you on and as soon as you call back.
Okay.
Let's take our next caller, Andy. Sir, from area code 513, please call us back. There's some disturbance on your line, Andy. We'll put you back on the call right away.
Okay, sure.
So
Okay,
let's take a question in the meantime. Yeah, there seems to be some technical issue on it. All right, this is from Sanjeev Rajan. He says, CSPA rules do not clearly indicate that they will use the most recent amendment dates or notices to calculate child's CSPA age. They can use the dates from the original I-140 application from over a decade ago.
No, they are very clear. The memo that is the USCIS website is very clear. They said that the underlying I-140. So if you have an I-140 previously approved, and you have an I-140 that you filed right now, the underlying I-140 is not the EB2 one. It is the EB3 one that counts. So it's not the EB2 one which you may have gotten approval. It's the EB3 thing that you recently filed. The underlying. You may have 10 I-140s. Which I-140 did you use to file the 485 application? That I-140 is going to count more, not more. That is the only one that will count.
Okay. Thank you, Rahul Garu. Let's take our next caller, Andy. We have a caller. This is from area code 773. We're ready for you now. Please press *6, Andy, to unmute your line. Hello.
Hi, Rahul and Nitya.
Hello, sir.
Yeah. Hi, Rahul and Nitya.
Hello, so we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Hello. Yeah.
Yes.
I have a question. I am a principal applicant, and derivatives were rejected and then subsequently accepted, received on different dates. So, and the biometric is also done on different dates. So, how all the cases will come together, and is there any action to be required at my end?
Sometimes sometimes it may happen that you may get the green card first, they may get the green card later on. It may happen. Sometimes even though you filed it separately, they may club the application together and adjudicate the entire application. At this point of time, there is no action required from you.
Because applications were done at the same time, but they were rejected, and
you told me that. You told me. Yeah. Right now, everything looks fine. No action is required. The only thing that can happen is that you may get the green card first. Your spouse and child may get later on. There is a possibility for it, but it's not a big problem. You're fine. It should not cause any problem for you.
Okay. Yeah. And is there any update on the aging out children? Because my son is aging out in next month.
Your son is aging out on the next, and your I-140 is still pending or approved?
No, I-140 is approved, and even the medical is done, biometric is done. We have not received the EAD or anything.
How long is your I-140 pending?
Only 2 days.
You may have 2 days only. I want you to consult a lawyer again. Is it in EB2 or EB3 that you filed?
EB3. And we have already filed for F1, we have received it, and we are even going for the B2 for the bridge one.
No, there are some creative ways you could have saved your son had you consulted a lawyer, though. Here is what we did with some of the people, okay? What we did with the people is that if the I-140 has been approved, what we did, we withdraw the I-140 and then filed it again. Why? Not to make the building like this. Not to make the building like this. Because we want to save your son. Remember that if the I-140 is only pending for 2 days, your son can only cut 2 days from his 21 years. So if your lawyer would have withdrawn the I-140, filed another I-140, your I-140 would have been still pending right now.
Yeah, but it's all done.
Maybe there are some creative solutions, but that you may want. You can still withdraw the entire 485 application, file an I-140 application, and wait for the priority date to become current. You see my point?
Yeah, got it.
Although Rahul Garu,
And I have another
this
child.
is a larger conversation, Kadandi, to be had.
You have to consult a lawyer immediately. You did a wrong thing.
Okay.
I want you to do the right thing right now. Okay? Next person, please.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much for calling. All the very best. Let's take our next caller, Randy. So this is an interesting one. This is from Animesh Tiwari. He says, hello, Rahul, sir. I heard that the filing date should become current within 12 months. Is that a rule?
It's not a rule. It's a good question. It's not a rule.
Yeah.
Charlie has been telling that it's going to be current. Normally, when they do the filing dates, they expect it to be current, but it's not a rule.
Okay.
It's definitely not a rule.
All right. On that note, let's go to our next caller, Randy. Caller from area code 513. We're ready for you now.
Hello, Nitya Garu, can you hear me?
We can hear you, sir.
Yes.
Please go ahead.
Okay. My first question is, Rahul Reddy Garu, I heard from a friend, last year, me and my friend, we were going for a walk and, someone came and shot at us and the police also came and found the bullets and all that. So my question is, someone said that if you're a victim of a crime, you can get a green card. None of us were really hurt, but do you see a case there?
There is something called a U visa, that if you are a witness to a crime or a victim of a crime, you may, victim and witness of a crime, you may avail that opportunity though. But did they caught that guy, the police, or is what happened?
No, they did not catch them. There were two people involved. They ran away. They only found the bullets and they filed the case, but yeah, they could not find any of them after that. It's been a year, and so I just came to know about this now. So I'm just asking you out of curiosity.
It's called U visa. It's called U visa. There are 10,000 green cards available for it. So you should explore that option though. You may have to consult a lawyer. I would definitely recommend do not consult me. I'm not very good in those things, but you should consult an immigration lawyer.
Okay, despite not being injured, you think there is a case, or you think
there is a chance there? I want you to explore that. I want to explore that. There's a chance for it.
Okay.
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
And just one more question.
Go ahead.
Sorry. I'm on an I-140 and my priority date is in 2019. I just wanted to know if it's possible for me to return as a student. I'm trying to change my work also into IT, but I want to do something, specialize in some field. So can I go back to college? Is that allowed, being on H1 visa?
You want to go to the college leaving the current job or while keeping the current job?
Yeah, leaving the current job as a full-time student, is that allowed, and what will happen to my green card application?
We have seen people who change the status from H1 to F1. With the I-140, we have never seen any of them rejected yet though. Though there is always a probability, we haven't seen any rejection. You can move to F1 visa. Yeah, you can come back into H1B and you can resurrect your green card later on if you want to.
Okay, and later if I do EB1, I can also get the priority date from EB2?
You're absolutely right, sir. Let's give the chance to the other people, okay? You can
sir,
put the date from EB2 to EB1, yes.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling in. Okay, let's take our next caller, Randy. And we have a question. This is from Varsha M. Says priority date is mid-2013. Everything except I-693 is done. Can you give advice to people about I-693?
Submit it on.
For people interested in 693, yeah.
Yeah, they can submit it as they can submit it as a interfiling. If there is a Zoom, I will try to see if you can contact your lawyer to submit the medicals though. We are doing freely for the people. We don't charge anything. We bear the expenditure for the FedEx, although in our office, but we can't do it for the other people though.
Right.
Contact your lawyer to submit the medicals. They are more concerned about your money. As I'm not concerned about the money. Go and submit it. If you have to do it again, you will do it again. That's fine.
All right. Thank you for that, Rahul Garu. And let's take our caller, Andy. Caller from area code 512. We're ready for you now. Caller from area code 512. Please press *6, Andy, to unmute your line. *6. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hello. Hello, Nitya Garu, and hello, Rahul Garu. I have a question. The question is, my priority date is December 2012. When October 2020, my previous employer filed for my I-485. I wasn't working for that employer. As a prospective employer, he filed for me. And this might become current very soon. I mean, that was a downgrade. So this might be, the filing date might be current sooner in EB2, and my current employer can file. The current employer can file as well. Is it okay to file by both employers?
So you have a labor certification approval with the current employer also?
Yeah, I have I-140 EB2 with the current employer. Yeah.
Well, why didn't you file with the current employer in 2020?
No, I didn't file with the current employer. My old employer filed in 2020.
Why did not you do that?
Well, I want to keep EB2 and EB3 both open.
Oh,
so my old employer agreed.
It would have been, even if your current employer would have filed an EB3, you would have kept both EB2 and EB3 current.
True, I wasn't aware of that back then.
Well, next time, please keep coming to this show until you get the green card, and tell all the other people to keep coming to this show. And then I want to thank the sponsors that does these things, test preparation gurus, and I went to their website. There's also test SAT if anybody wants to take it. Yeah, please come to these things, you educate. What happened with the I-140 approval downgrade with the previous company? Is it already approved?
No, it's still pending. But I wasn't working for that employer back then.
You told me that. I know that. But did you try to downgrade that I-140 application or not?
Yeah, it's downgraded from EB3 to EB2
no,
to EB3.
Did you do premium processing or not? No.
No, not yet. I mean, the employer was not okay with it. With the premium processing.
Pancha Pandavulu entamandu unante mancham kolavale mugguranchu pettinata. I mean, completely the whole thing. You are working with a company. The ability to pay issue will be much better if you would have filed with the existing company. You went to the old company. It's like this. You have a ticket right now to go in, and then now you're going and buying another ticket. There's no need. You could have just hopped onto the bus though. Everything strategy has been wrong. You had a better chance of getting an approval, I-140 approval with your current company. That you should have filed the 485 with your current company. You did it with the previous company. I would still do at this point of time. You can still downgrade and file the 485. While 485 is pending, you can still, to answer your question, you can still file the 485 with the current company. But you should have done it in October of 2020.
But the point is that invalid right now? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
The one that I filed in October 2020? No?
It's valid, but I have a doubt whether there is a chance that, the ability to pay is an issue. There is always a slight chance that the I-140 can be denied. Until the I-140 is not approved, the 485 is not yours yet.
I see.
You would have, the probability of getting an I-140 approval with the company that you're working is about 99% though. The probability of the company that you are not working is about 70 to 80% depending on the financials of the company.
Okay. Is it not the green card is for the future employment? That's what I understood.
It doesn't matter. The company has to show that they have the capacity to pay the salary, which is prescribed in the labor certification. Since you did not work for the company, they have to show that they have to show the profits. And I don't know how many other people they filed an I-140 just like you. So if there are 20 people, they have to show $2 million profits. Otherwise, your I-140 might be shut down. But with the current company, they're already paying you the salary.
So, in follow-up to the question, right? When I applied in October 2020.
Right now, I would do premium processing of the I-140 with the current company. If the premium processing is approved, I'm going to do the 485J supplement with the current company. If the premium processing is denied or you don't get any results there, I'm going to file the 485 application in October with the current company that you have. Next person, please.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling, Anil. All right, let's take our next caller. And in the meantime, there's a couple of questions from a viewer by the name Tech Shri. Says one, he wants to know if you've seen any non-premium I-140 being approved. And the second question is, for posting an inquiry about a case, what date should we refer to, the receipt date or the notice date?
What's posting? I don't know what posting, what he meant that. Maybe he wants to inquire about the delay though. But the first question that he asked was, it's a good question. Have you seen any approval without premium processing of the I-140? Only one case, and that guy did not need his I-140 to be approved. He had a teenage kid.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how the immigration knows that. Only one guy.
Oh my God.
And he did not want his I-140 to approve.
Oh yeah.
As far as the it is the receipt date, not the day you receive the receipt notice. So if you filed in October, you are considered to have filed your application in October, not January when you got the receipt notice, not January or February when you got the receipt notice in your hand. It is October that you always refer
date,
yourself
not the notice date, right?
Not the notice date. It is a receipt notice that you always refer to. Okay. Notice date is the inefficiency of the USCIS. The receipt date is the one that you file.
Right. Got it. Thank you, Rahul Garu. All right, let's take our next caller, Randy. Caller from area code 571. We ready for you now? Caller from area code 571. Please press *6, Randy, to unmute your line. *6. Yeah. Hello?
Hello, Nitya and Rahul Garu.
Hello, sir.
Are you able to hear me?
We're able to hear you. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thanks for taking the call. Actually, I want to know about the last action rule. Could you please tell me how it works in the immigrant, the 485 pending status and the H4 status? Could you please answer?
I want you to tell exactly what your status is rather than explaining the last action rule. There are many, many things. Oh, there is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U visas. And each of them, A1, A2, A3. I don't want to explain all those things, how the last action rule applies. Why don't you tell me what your situation is?
Okay, sir. Yeah, so my wife started using the 𝑾𝑯𝑦 and we sent the withdrawal letter to withdraw the H4 and H4EAD applications as per our attorney. So I hope it will be withdrawn because it reached around 3 weeks back. And we want to continue using the 𝑾𝑯𝑦 because we don't want to switch to H4EAD even if it is approved by mistake.
You're fine. So either way, you're fine. I don't know why he's told to withdraw it. Either way, you're fine.
Okay. So my straightforward question is in case if the H4 and H4EAD gets approved, that will become the last application approved, right? So
that's not applicable to the adjustment of status in the H4 in this particular scenario. You can continue using the 𝑾𝑯𝑦.
Okay, I can continue. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, sir. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling. Next question, and next caller, sorry. Next caller, please. And in the meantime, we have a question. This is from RB. He says, I am expecting my priority date to be current in the next month's bulletin. Should we submit the medicals now or wait for RFE? Are there any issues with submitting the medicals earlier?
The only issue with submitting earlier is that you may lose some money. You may have to resubmit it. That's the only problem. We recommend people to do the interfiling and submit it, but some of the lawyers are telling, no, that's not the way to do it. But I'm not telling they're wrong. This is my way. I use it. We use interfiling for a lot of things. 485J is an interfiling. That is an interfiling. When you change the company, 485J is interfiling. Medicals can be done interfiling too. Nothing wrong with it. But yeah, when you submit it and they may issue an RFE, yeah, you have to resubmit it. Am I concerned about your $400, $500? I am not concerned about it. Will they punch in the holes again? No. If you go to the same doctor, they already have the record of everything. They don't punch in the holes the same thing, 15, 16 things what they did with you. They only do 2 more things. One is TB test and one is AIDS test. Both requires very little pinching though. So that's not that much of pain that it causes, and I'm willing to take that little bit pain. They just pinch a little bit to get a little bit blood. They pinch, so not much damage is happening to you physically when you go second time. And I'm not concerned about your $400, $500. If you're concerned about, if you're concerned about these things though, yeah, you should not do the medicals. But if you're not concerned about it, like me, I would submit the medicals in the interfiling.
Okay. Rahul Garu, I'm going to tell RB also that, in case he or she ends up saving that 400, 500, it should be donated to the Rahul Mansion Fund. All right, on to our next caller, Randy. Caller from area code 502. We're ready for you now. Caller from area code 502. Please press *6 to unmute your line. *6, Randy, to unmute your line.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Please
can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Rahul and Nithya, thank you for taking my question. My question stems from one of the previous caller who was talking about his aging child. My priority date is actually September of 2013, and my I-140 was pending only for 14 days when I originally filed it. So I'm assuming that I can take away only this 14 days from my child's aging out. So you talked about I-140 withdrawal. So can that apply for me as well, or is that a different scenario?
No, it's not a different. We have to withdraw your 485 application also if you withdraw the I-140. You can. I mean, to save a kid, I would.
Yeah. But
think about, consider that very seriously.
Given that September 13 is my priority date, and I'm expecting that, my EB2 would be current in the October of this year. So do you still think that's okay to withdraw it?
Did you say you're an EB2, or you already filed the 485 applications, right?
No. I did not file 485. No.
Okay.
EB2 September 13.
There are, if it is EB2 though, you don't need it. You can file it, and you didn't file the 485 applications, right? Is that what you said?
No, I did not.
Okay. So practically that case is not applicable for you. You can do, how old is your kid though?
In August, in 2 months down the line, it's going to age out.
File the I-140 right now. Right now.
But I-140 is already. I-140 is already filed.
You said only EB2 has been filed, approved, is right? You don't have EB3s, right?
I don't have EB3, no. My company is not ready. My company is not ready to downgrade from EB3.
Can you do one thing? In that case, withdraw the I-140, file an I-140 again.
Okay. And Rahul, and even if I do that, how is that going to help me? Because the age freezing is only on the filing date. Yeah.
Only the final action date. So let's say we withdraw the application right now, okay? This is June, and we file an I-140 application right now, okay? Then now the I-140 will be pending for a long period of time. So hopefully the final action date becomes current at a later date for us. Because if you don't do anything, he's going to age out in August plus 14 days. In September, he's going to age out. There is no way you can save the kid. You have a possibility of saving the kid. I'm not telling you will. You have a possibility of saving the kid if you withdraw your I-140 application and file it again. I would rather want you to file an EB3. If that's not possible, they don't downgrade it. I'll withdraw it and file it again in EB2. Or we do that. My business partner, Emily Newman, does that very frequently with the companies, only to save the company, just to save the kid.
And does it need to go only through the employer, Rahul?
Unfortunately, yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
And
Sorry
around
about that.
one more last question. Does the Eagle Act help anyway in freezing out the child's age?
But yes and no. I don't know the effective date. According to this one, the effective date, and I'm a little bit confused. One, there is nothing called Eagle Act at this point of time.
Yeah.
We are hoping it will.
Right.
You are leaving the one that
Right.
you have right now and hoping on to go to moon.
Okay.
Okay. When the moon comes,
Okay.
take it.
Yeah.
But when right now you're on Earth, use it. Use the Earth. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Rahul. Thank you.
All the
Thank
very
you
best,
so much.
sir. All the very best. Take care.
Yeah, Nitya Garu, this is a very, very sensitive issue for the people.
Yeah.
That there are some creative ways. What we do is to withdraw it and file it again.
File it again.
I mean, do the exact same thing. The only reason is that his I-140 was only approved in 40 days. So, no, that's not good for him. We need the I-140 to be long period of time. File it again.
Got it. Okay. And hopefully he's able to pull this off.
Yeah.
But
He got the point, but his only problem is his employer is not cooperative.
I know, and I hope he could probably offer them the filing fees in order to,
Yes,
give an
that's right.
added
You're
incentive.
right,
So
Nitya
if you're
Garu. The
still
legal
watching
fees
this,
and the
yeah.
legal fees and filing fees for the I-140 can be paid by the employee. You're right.
Yeah. So, hopefully, sir, if you're still watching the program, then please, offer that to them so they may be more inclined to go forward with it. Rahul Garu, thank you so much, Andy. We're all out of time today, guys, and we still have so many people waiting, so many questions unanswered, but Rahul Garu, as usual, you take your time with each person and, give them the best possible options, Andy, as always. So thank you so much for being on the show. And I would like to also, talk about sponsors a little bit. As you know, today's show is being sponsored by the Test Prep Pundits. They help you achieve the best for your kids on SAT and ACT tests. So please go check out their website and see what they can offer for your child. So on that note, thank you so much again. We'll see you again next week. Stay tuned, same time, same place, and have a wonderful week.
Thank you.
Thank you, Andy.
Is test prep nerve-wracking? Is test prep stressful? Is test prep a race against time? Is getting an excellent score a huge challenge? If you are looking for answers to any or all these questions, a new wave in the test prep is here to help. Test Prep Pundits has all the answers to your questions. It is a one-stop solutions for all your academic needs. Our premium online interactive content has hundreds of SAT and ACT test problems. Each problem has a detailed video solution, hundreds of hours of videos. Get real and instant results with real scores on the real SAT and ACT tests. Our tutors are real pundits and qualified of the test prep content. Our pundits are experienced and extensively trained in SAT and ACT prep. We build concepts which also helps you in college. Our programs merely focus on personalized learning and fit into every budget. Our strategies are best in the market that will help you achieve your best. What's next? Join Test Prep Pundits. Start with a free assessment test. Pundits is the way to go.
ఎక్స్చేంజ్ 8,000 రూపాయల బ్యాలెన్స్ మ్యామ్.
ఇవ్వనక్కర్లేదమ్మా, 8,000 మీకే వస్తాయి.
ఎస్ మ్యామ్, మేము కేవలం హాల్మార్క్ 916 గోల్డ్నే అమ్ముతాం. ఇంకా మీకు దొరికింది 100% ఎక్స్చేంజ్ వాల్యూ.
క్వాలిటీ, ఇది మలబార్ ప్రామిస్.
If you're thinking of buying jewelry now and don't want to step outside, relax. All you need to do, call us. On the day and time of your convenience, we will bring our collection to you. Welcome to the Malabar Gold and Diamonds Showroom online experience. Step into your world without stepping out. Now that's our promise. Malabar Gold and Diamonds.
Is test prep nerve-wracking? Is test prep stressful? Is test prep a race against time? Is getting an excellent score a huge challenge? If you are looking for answers to any or all these questions, a new wave in the test prep is here to help. Test Prep Pundits has all the answers to your questions. It is a one-stop solutions for all your academic needs. Our premium online interactive content has hundreds of SAT and ACT test problems. Each problem has a detailed video solution, hundreds of hours of videos. Get real and instant results with real scores on the real SAT and ACT tests. Our tutors are real pundits and qualified of the test prep content. Our pundits are experienced and extensively trained in SAT and ACT prep. We build concepts which also helps you in college. Our programs merely focus on personalized learning and fit into every budget. Our strategies are best in the market that will help you achieve your best. What's next? Join Test Prep Pundits. Start with a free assessment test. Pundits is the way to go.
ఇది మా హీరో అల్లుడు